Hey Taurus, here is your May 2022 tarot card reading. And yeah, let's see what happens. I'm just going to jump right in. I'm trying to make these fast, so I'm not wasting time. Just get right to the point of it. And the main energy, or, what's really got you caught up in the month of May. So whatever's going on, good or bad, let's just cover it, get past it, so we can work and be our best selves, right? All right. So, Taurus, your heads up for the month of May. Taurus. Two of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Knight of Wands, Three of Swords, King of Cups, King of Swords, the Hermit, the Fool, Ten of Wands, the Empress, Page of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Death, Nine of Cups, King of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, Judgment, Nine of Swords, Queen of Wands, Five of Pentacles, and the bottom of the deck, there's the Four of Pentacles, but you've got the Sun. Okay, so Taurus. All right, so I feel like right now you've got this juggling act going on, okay? You've got too many balls in the air. There's something that I feel like you've just lost drive for, lost passion for. Something is causing you to lose drive and passion, lose interest in something. But I feel like, if you keep the juggling act going on, whatever it is you're juggling, I feel like you're trying to distract yourself. That's what this feels like, distracting yourself, keeping to yourself, because you're finding more peace in that. But if you stay in that energy, I fear that you're going to end up heartbroken. The more you close yourself off to protect yourself, the more you're kind of repelling people too. So then when you finally come out of this shell, people are going to say, hey, no, I tried. And so be careful of that. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. Get the space that you need, but don't shoot yourself in the foot. As far as the home, I feel like you bring a lot of compassion to the table. There's a lot of love there, but there could be some energy around you that feels a little bit cold, a little off. And so, it's almost like taking some time and going within to try to light the path. And I feel like lighting the path and going within, it's helpful to you. I think this is why maybe, I don't want to say secluded, but if you're embodying scorpionic energy, you could have some seclusion happening. Scorpios do their best thinking alone, when they're alone. And I feel like you're embodying a little bit of scorpionic energy. I mean, it is your opposite sign. It's not unrealistic, but it also shows when a Taurus is when a Taurus is showing their direct opposite elements, when they're embodying that, it's because they're not feeling balanced. They're on the other side of their scale, And so I feel like with this, I feel like it's causing you to kind of take risks that you normally wouldn't take. And I think there's a sense of sort of an adventure or needing something to change that's happening at home. Because in the romantic area, you also have the Death card, which is crowning your thoughts. And if you live with the person that you're romantically involved with, this is transformative. This is something that needs to change. And maybe dropping something that's getting in the way, something that's burdensome to you. It could be an idea. It could be an actual person. It could be a project. It could be work. It could be, whatever extra things that you've taken on, whether emotionally, physically, or mentally, could be getting in the way. You've got to drop something, because I feel like it is affecting the relationship in some way. And so I see you still having passion for this. I still see you being very attracted to this. It brought you joy, but there's work that needs to be put in here, because it's starting to lose that drive. There's something changing about this, and that can be heartbreaking if you're unbalanced. So then in the work area where you make your money, I feel like you're exhausted. I feel like you really care about your job. I feel like you make pretty decent money. I just feel like you're super exhausted. So I also feel like saving your money is a really big thing, because coming up out of May or towards May, you could be feeling like you're losing passion, losing drive, from the exhaustion. So it's important to take a break. It's important to take a break. It's important to sit down. It's important to get some you time. Even if you feel you have all the energy in the world, your body can keep moving as long as you want it to. But when you overstimulate your brain, you can get into sort of like this monkey brain and get caught in there, and thoughts start looping and looping. And, you know, you can even embody some scorpionic traits in that and cause some sort of paranoia. So you've got to really be careful so you don't get caught up in your head. I feel like what's coming up, there is some heartache, but I don't feel like you're really stuck in your brain about it. And I see you kind of moving past it. But it's just like a temporary bump in the road. And maybe that's what you're starting to experience right now in the moment. But because all of this is happening, because all of this is taking place, coming up out of May, you're making the judgment to try to balance this out, try to communicate, try to salvage something. And it may be that that doesn't work in your favor. It may be that you're coming out of May still feeling abandoned, still feeling left out in the cold, still feeling like you don't have enough of something, when really, if you would go within yourself, you would see that you and yourself alone are enough. But you're having a hard time with that. When you're going through something that's hurtful, you have a hard time with that. But I don't see anything so devastating here aside from the Three of Swords. So, and the Three of Swords energy all by itself can be heavy, but it's not as heavy as it could be. And I think as long as you stay out of your head, you can get through this. And keep your cards close to your chest. You know, have a poker face. Don't reveal too much, because I think that's the way to maintaining the happiness or whatever emotional fulfillment that you've got going on. It's a way to like maintain that. But I think what's coming up and what's hurtful to you is just making a decision on who can stay, who can go. Yeah. So let's see if I can get some clarity here on. Oops, sorry, that was weird. All right, so you and your current position, exchanging gifts. Yeah, so this is like, could be, you know, exchanging responsibilities even. This is that back and forth, that balance, you know. And this is definitely something that, with the exchanging gifts, I'm also feeling like there's a sort of strength that's happening with this. I feel like this is something that's, a part of me feels like it's being expected now. You know what I mean? I gave you this, you owe me that. You didn't give me this after I gave you that. And that's never fun. Oh, shit. Get away from that. All right, home. Oh, well, it's way too many. All right. Come to the edge. That's interesting, because this card always reminds me of the Fool card, and that card came out right here. Come to the edge. See, the Fool dances on the edge of, you know, it's like stepping right off that cliff. You see that? Just taking risks, you know, and I think that's what this is here. Because, see, she's right on the edge, just like the Fool, and it's like taking a leap of faith. It's taking a risk, and I think that's, you could be taking a risk. You could be taking a risk in love. Be careful. Be careful, because one false move. Very cautious with that. Milk and honey. That's in your home life. Milk and honey. Okay, so this is transformative energy too. And this is something that's changing. I feel like in the past, either in the past it was bad and it's becoming good, or it was good and it's becoming unstable. So, and with the milk and honey, you know, I feel like, you know, in my mind, I'm thinking there's no place like home. This is where your comfort is. This is where you feel your best. This is where you don't feel like you have to wear a mask. You can be yourself fully. And being comfortable, you know. And that's Taurus energy. Taurus don't like to be moved. They don't like to be ungrounded or uprooted. They don't like that at all. All right. Finances. By the book. I think this is where the exhaustion's coming in, and I think this is partly where the imbalance is coming in too, because I think there's this strategicness with you. And as long as you're strategic, whatever this is going on with you, some of you may really want to be starting your own business, or at least building toward something that maybe you have to save for, but sticking to a certain pattern, sticking to a certain routine is kind of where your head's at right now. But coming up, kind of like the unexpected, where you've made the judgment. Oh, 2 cards came out. Clean it up and thinker. Yeah, needing to make a judgment. This is not gonna be comfortable, but wherever this imbalance is, now's the time to bring that balance back in. And it's something you've definitely put a lot of thought into, but you have you kind of have a head start in this, because you're aware of this. I feel like you have a head start because this is something I think that was being thought about or considered before the energy even arrived. Whatever this is, that's what that feels like. So I feel like you were prepared for this anyway. So now that it's here, you're ready. All right, so let's some little clarity here in yourself, in the you position. You now, or what's going on around you. Yeah, see, this is something that's coming up that is showing that imbalance. It's really showing an imbalance in your current energy right now, and I feel like it's going to cause a hiccup because it wasn't reined in or noticed soon enough. So let's see. Home. Not interested. You're not interested in whatever's happening on the home front. You're not interested, but you're seeing past the illusion. And this is why I think you're ready to take risks, because the sun will still shine came out. I feel like you're seeing past any cloud that's over you, you know, when it comes to where you lay your head, where you feel home is home. I feel like you're like, okay, that doesn't feel like home anymore. Not interested. And you're zenning through the bullshit, really. All right, romance. Put yourself first. I think that's what's happening here. With the milk and honey too, a little bit of indulging, putting yourself first. Your partner may be feeling left out. But so be careful, like I said, be careful with that too, because, you know, work on you. Work on you. Always work on you, and you always put yourself first, you know. And I feel like there's a change in yourself that I think you know you need to make, and uncomfortable as that is, you're willing to do that. Milk and honey, really, really important to feel stable. That's you. But with that 8 of Pentacles, that's definitely putting the work in for a transformation. Putting yourself first is allowing yourself to make that transformation, which is a very difficult energy for a Taurus, because Taurus is stubborn. They're really stuck in their own way. But for this to happen right now, that's big, Taurus. That's big. You don't usually like change. All right, work, finances. Everyone eats. Yeah, you're good. You're whatever it is that you're lining up and you're preparing for and you're putting the work in for, you're going to feel good about this. You're good. When it comes to your finances, you're good. But moving forward, you got to be careful with those finances too, because you can get a little happy that you have this money and start being irresponsible. Don't get irresponsible with it. All right, coming out of May. It's time to move on. Yeah, this is whatever this clean it up and this thinker and this feeling left out. And, you know, it's time to move on, because I feel like what used to bring you joy is just not bringing you joy anymore. I feel like you're closed off to this. And yeah, change is coming. So whatever it is that you need to move away from, you're doing that because you want the sun in your life. You want happiness. You want joy. And whatever has been stifling that, it's got to go. And it's probably with a heavy heart. I don't see this being done with vindictiveness or out of spite. This is literally like, I'm tired, I wish you well, but I got shit to do. And I'm sorry you couldn't come along for the ride, but it is what it is. All right, so Taurus, I hope that made sense to you. Please leave a comment in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. I'll see you soon. Bye.